Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so what do we got going on here? Here, up in deep dark, whatever, dark space, deep space, I say dark space, doing Uncommon Armada. Yes, the Armada event is over, but this is something called a trick that I kind of figured out. And it's possible I noticed somebody else doing it and I'm stealing their idea, but I don't remember. I remember finally got my Borg cube up with the last material spend event. Looking at its numbers, like, oh, it's kind of big. Like, try putting it out in a few armadas. I noticed something that, could potentially make grinding out technological distinctiveness, touchdowns, grinding out these special currencies they use to refine, make that a lot easier. Reduce the stress, if you will. Really, it comes down to putting it in an armada. There we go. Thank you. And as you can see, 100% charge. All right, so let's try to move this around. Try not to have this video go too long. So let's start another one there, just in case I feel like I need to show you a little more. Send my ships around here. You can see 100% charge now. Yes, it's going to, some of that is going to depend on how big of an armada you can, one, warp the ship to the Borg cube, because warp range is kind of goofy. Like, I can get my Sanctus further out in the dark space than I can my Borg cube, so might be a little bit smaller armada than I would like. But also, you got to think about your teammates. How big of ships are your teammates sending? Because it can take away some of your charge percentage. Though at the same time, just sitting here doing an armada. I'm not trying to grind with the Borg cube. It's more, I'm doing an armada, something I like doing. Getting armada credits, which I need, and I like getting because I like the chess. And so what do? We find one of these guys. You're going to have to, I think the best way to do, at least with the armadas here, try to find hostiles you can just one-shot. And I can one-shot this one because I got 70 million. I mean, all this while I'm doing an armada. Yes, not going to get as much as you see. I only get 1450. I don't even remember what the hell my chess pools are. I think a one chess pool is 1300, so it is getting me a one chess pool. Is it getting me triple and double chess pools? No. But at the same time, at least where I'm at in my progression with the Borg cube, I can't go any higher until I get a G5 epic to tier 4 or something, which it's going to be a minute, so I don't really care how my progression, what the hell am I trying to say? I don't care how long it takes for me to get all these currencies for the Borg cube, as it will be some time before I can tier it up again. That is kind of the struggle with tearing up the Borg cube. Whoa, I'm watching baseball over here. Somebody hit the camera. It can be a struggle to get it up high enough because it takes kind of a long time and grinding it kind of sucks. Well, potentially you could do this, assuming your Borg cube can get to these armadas. Or whatever armadas you and your teammates are going after. I've only done this, I guess, a few times. I guess I did it, not last night, but the night before last. I guess that was the only time I've done it. And I kind of liked it. It felt, what's the word? Like a relief that I don't have to crew up the cube for hostiles and go hit this hostile, and then hit that hostile, then hit this hostile, then I hit that hostile, and then I can use the Borg cutting beam. Oh, well, the cutting beam isn't big enough, so now I gotta hit this hostile, hit that hostile, hit that hostile, hit that hostile, and then keep working on the same target, before somebody takes it. But again, it can be, like, there's a difference between grinding hostiles and just sending your ship to an armada. Especially if you can stack some of them. And yes, with the armada speed up, you can do that as well. I'm not going to do the speed ups in this video. I will do another video about armada speed ups. And as you can see, this one going off, another 100% on my Borg cube. Oh, okay, I need to switch to that. And then I need to send this ship just to make sure we can actually win the dumb thing. No real point in doing this, if you can't win. Now, there's 56 here, but it's a battleship, even though they all look the same. I don't understand why. I mean, that's a Kelvin. Well, I guess they do look a little different. Though, I mean, whatever, I guess. This is Saladin. However, alright, so we'll find a 55 and we'll just, we'll use the cutting beam. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Because I'm not in grind hostiles mode. I'm in grind do armada mode, I guess, is the better way to put it. I don't know. And 2,700. That's at least enough for 2 days of one chessbowl. Now, where are you at? Are you getting sick of the progression of your Borg cube taking so long and you want to get more touchdowns? Something you're going to have to figure out for yourself. And I think part of the problem is I've only really recently gotten to where I thought my Borg cube was good enough to get to some of the armadas that I want to do. I don't necessarily want to do these 54s. I would prefer to go bigger. I can't really go bigger because I can't get the stupid ship out there. Unless I use Grush, which is a possibility. You can, and maybe I'll try that later too. You can put Grush on here because really all you need to win the armada, is like Cisco and O'Brien on all your ships, and you're good because those two are so fantastic at taking down armadas. You can use Grush and get to a higher level system. Bigger armada target, more chance to make sure your cutting beam is fully charged in one battle, one armada. Yeah, it'll take 15 minutes if you don't use speed ups, but you can use speed ups. But again, I didn't want to do 2 of those in the same video. Yeah, I don't know that we necessarily need to wait until this armada finishes. I think you're getting the idea here. This hasn't taken that long, has it? And I got 2,700 technical touchdowns. Can you running around a system smashing hostiles, can that go faster? Sure. But at the same time, how attentive are you to the game? You're very attentive while you're grinding. You're trying to pick out hostiles to kill. If you're double tapping a hostile with a cutting beam, then you're trying to keep another eye on where that ship is going so you can find them easily when you recharge your cutting beam. While this may take longer, it does, in my opinion, wrapping this up here, doing armadas with the Borg cube does seem to, well, and again, it goes slower, but it does, I feel like it's taking the pressure off because it is a more relaxed way to get your touchdowns. I think now that I keep saying touchdowns, I think it sounds weird. Not that saying technological distinctiveness all the time. Some of the names and currencies they come up with. Wow. But again, it is going to take some testing and maybe some preparation on your part. Figure out what system that has several hostiles that you can one-shot in. Assuming that's what you want to do. Assuming you don't, want to just double tap a few of the hostiles or something. Which is fine. I think it's a very low stress way to grind out parts for this Borg cube. One shot the hostile, you're doing armadas, you're not grinding. In fact, you could be grinding somewhere else if you want to. Armada event happening, guess what? Sending ships to all kind of armadas. Meanwhile, you're getting in these armadas and you're getting your parts for your Borg cube, which is kind of a pain in the ass to grind out. Alright. Yeah, I don't need to harp on this anymore. I'm basically saying the same thing here. Low stress here. I'm liking it. It's like Happy Rhino now. It's just like, oh my God, it feels so much better. Anyway, comment below. I know I'm not the first one to be doing this. I know I'm not. Have you ever tried using your Borg cube in an armada? Have you ever tried using those armadas with the Borg cube, charge your cutting beam and take out hostiles and get your touchdowns, technological distinctivenesses? Yeah, that's why it doesn't. Technological distinctivenesses for plural. Whatever. If you use the armadas to grind out the parts needed for your Borg cube to be able to tear it up and get the benefit of having a Borg cube that's roughly the same size of your other ships. And don't forget Grush. Grush can help you get to a bigger armada. Or Scotty, or I guess old cadet Scotty. Old, he's not old, but he's a long time ago in this game. Though it is only 5. Grush is probably going to be a little better. Get you a little further out there. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.